Commerce Alive Today presents
Lit Brothers.
In 1891 Rachel P. Litt, 1858–1919 later surname Weddell still later Arnold, opened a woman's clothing shop on the corner of Market and N 8th Streets. With the administration and innovative advertising techniques of her brothers Colonel Samuel David Litt, 1859–1929, and Jacob David Litt, 1872–1950, their small store soon became one of the largest retail stores in Philadelphia. From 1895 to 1907 the store continued to expand, with the company taking over the remaining buildings on the block of Market between North 7th and 8th Streets, including the J. M. Maris Dry Goods Store, the Bailey Store and the J. B. Lippincott and Company building, and adding new buildings at either end of the block designed to blend in with the existing buildings. With alterations and additions, the Litt Brothers store became the only full block of Victorian architecture in Philadelphia, composed of 33 buildings constructed between 1859 and 1918 with a common interior. The new buildings and the alterations were designed by Charles M. Autenreith and Edward Collins. Although the store on Market Street was often called the Cast Iron Building, only two of original buildings' facades, at 719–721 Market and 714–718 Arch Street, are actually cast iron. The other buildings are brick-faced with marble or granite. The two end buildings are brick and terracotta with galvanized iron trim and octagonal towers. The uniformity of the entire Renaissance Revival style facade is supported by the use of a classical arch window in all of the buildings, which are painted the same color. The company was purchased in 1928 by Albert M. Greenfield's Bankers Securities Corporation and was eventually merged into its City Stores company, now CSS Industries Incorporated, a retail holding company consisting of stores located in urban centers throughout the South and East, such as the W&J Sloan Furniture Store and the Washington, D.C.-based department store chain Landsbergs. In 1962 they purchased the suburban locations of Snellenberg's, another Philadelphia department store chain owned by Bankers Securities Corporation, which was closed in 1963. The Litt Brothers chain subsequently closed in 1977. Litt's joined its fellow Center City department stores in presenting a Christmas season exhibit when in 1961 it opened the Enchanted Colonial Village. The village, designed by Philadelphia display designer Thomas Comerford, cost approximately $1 million. It was built by German toy manufacturer Christian Hoffmann of Bad Rodach, West Germany. This room-by-room display of a colonial-era Christmas ran each year from Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve and remained until the final Christmas season in 1976. The exhibit itself was bought from liquidators for $35,000 by the Sun Oil Company, who later donated it to the Atwater, Kent Museum. It has since been restored and, since 2001, sections are displayed around the holiday season at the Please Touch Museum. The Please Touch Museum donated the entire Litt Brothers Enchanted Colonial Village to the American Treasure Tour Museum in Oxby. As of December 2019, the American Treasure Tour Museum is in the process of rebuilding the entire display and featuring it as a permanent part of their collection. Litt saw the growing demand for suburban locations and started building stores in mall locations around the greater Philadelphia market, including southern New Jersey. Litt's also operated a store in nearby downtown Camden, and Litt's was the only one of Philadelphia's department stores to maintain a branch along the New Jersey shore when it acquired the Blatt department store in downtown Atlantic City and rebranded this location as Litt's. Additional suburban locations were added with the acquisition of Snellenberg's in 1962. Faced with growing competition in a changing retail landscape, Lit Brothers closed its doors in 1977. One of Lit's larger competitors, Gimbels, built a new store in Center City as part of the Gallery Mall in 1977, and while Lit's was only 1 block away from the Gallery, not being a direct part of the popular new complex, hurt sales at its important flagship location. Prominent suburban branch stores of the Philadelphia area included Plymouth Township, Bensalem Township, Pennsylvania, Wyoming, Pennsylvania, and Voorhees Township, New Jersey. After the chain closed in 1977, the full-block flagship store was vacant until the late 1980s. At this point it was redeveloped as office and commercial space by Growth Properties. The project was designed by Bert Hill, Kozar Riddleman Associates and John Milner Associates. The building reopened in 1989 as Mellon Independence Center after its principal occupant, the regional headquarters for Mellon Bank, and featured retail stores on the street level and a food court on the lower level. The sign reading "Hats trimmed free of charge" can still be seen today on the facade of the redeveloped flagship building. The historic 720,000 square foot building was put on the market in 2007 with an asking price of $70 million. By 2013, the main entrance to the building, addressed as 701 Market Street, carried the name Marketplace East.
If you have any fond memories, please indicate it at the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and like.